Forza's is better. Just saying. The Literal Ultra Brothers, Ultraman Rube. Hello and welcome to Earth Alien ProtoMet. Today I'll be taking a look at 2018's Ultraman Rube, a show that, at the time, I wasn't much of a fan of. Has my opinion of it changed since it debuted? Only one way to find out. In Ayaka City, brothers Katsumi and Isami Minato find a mysterious object, the Rube Gyros, that allow the pair to transform into Ultramen Rosso and Blue in order to protect their town and their family from the monsters that begin attacking their peaceful home. While not the first entry in the Ultra series to have two main heroes, as Ultraman Ginga S had done years before, it is the first to introduce both heroes in the same show, rather than have one return from another show. The older brother, Katsumi, who transforms into Ultraman Rosso, has pretty good business sense and is the more responsible of the pair, incorporating his baseball skills into his combat abilities. The younger brother, Isami, who transforms into Ultraman Blue, is the more impulsive brother, utilizing his technical knowledge to create things to help the brothers when they're not transformed. As a duo, they lead otherwise normal lives, and it's only because of the monsters that attack their hometown that they even have a reason to become humans, preferring to instead lead peaceful lives, even if they do butt heads occasionally. As Ultramen, the brothers are able to use the various Rube crystals they gather to use different elemental abilities, and can even use each other's elements if needed. Why these crystals are based on specific Ultramen is never explained, nor is how they seem to instinctively know how to use the Rube Gyros that allow them to transform when they first acquire them. Eventually, the brothers gain the ability to merge into a single hero, Ultraman Rube, allowing the show's title to make more sense than just being their initials. Motivating the brothers to fight against the kaiju is their desire to protect their hometown, Ayaka City, where their family lives. Their father, Ushio, runs a clothing shop, Quattro M, where he designs quirky shirts with his questionable sense of style, all while oblivious to the fact his sons are the giant heroes defending the town. Their younger sister, Asahi, is incredibly cheerful, to the point her catchphrase is simply, "Happy!" and she perfectly embodies it. And then there's their mother, Mio, who went missing years earlier, and since her disappearance is described as mysterious early on, it's not much of a spoiler that she, of course, returns by the end of the series. But what are heroes without villains? The first major villain is Makoto Aizen, the local tycoon who works to make Ayaka City a better place. Or rather, it's the cloud-like creature, Soretsa, which possesses Aizen. An egotistical fan of Ultraman Orb, Aizen is the one who sets up the monster attacks, first to test the brothers, and after finding them lacking to his standards, to boost his own ego as he plays hero for the town as Ultraman Orb Dark Noir Black Schwartz. Aizen feels like a stand-in for angry fans of the Ultra series that prefer the older generations of the show and are not satisfied with the current generations, as he doesn't care for how the brothers behave as heroes. That having been said, he is a pretty fun character that you love to see fail. But about halfway through the series, he's replaced with a new villain, Saki Mitsurugi, a mystery woman who's far older than she appears to be, with a strong dislike of the brothers. While Asahi quickly forms a seemingly one-sided friendship with her, she has no qualms about putting her brothers through the ringer for her own reasons. Unfortunately, neither villain lasts long enough to be fully explored, is something even the writer of the show regrets. And now I want to talk about something incredibly spoilery, so jump to this time if you want to. Okay, let's go! So it turns out Asahi just didn't exist prior to the start of the series. I don't mean the writers decided to add her last minute. What I mean is that in-universe, she literally didn't exist in the world of the story prior to that point. About halfway through the series, Ushio begins to question her existence when he finds there's nothing from when she was younger, and when Mio returns, she outright asks Asahi about it, but in a nice way. She came into existence as a result of her brothers acquiring the Rube Gyros in order to eventually help them. And before the show calls attention to it, you can spot a number of moments that foreshadow this revelation, starting with her only first appearing after the brothers' first fight. She would later gain the ability to, like her brothers, transform into Ultra Woman Grigio, the first Orange Ultra Warrior, and she keeps popping up in this form in later media, even appearing independent of her brothers while still retaining her infectiously cheerful personality. She is easily the best part of this show. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I wasn't a fan of this show when it debuted, but while it's not a show I much care for, I don't think that Ultraman Rube is as bad as I remember it being. Maybe it just left a bad first impression, but I've come to like it just a bit more since then, especially due to what's in the spoiler section of this video. But if you know, you know. So give it a watch, and until next time, I'm ProtoMet. See ya.